Good afternoon, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is the joint subjects of statutory rape and the age of consent. Unfortunately, there is a great deal of confusion about this, and especially the legal aspects of it. And I don't mean to fly to any extreme in this video or even make a recommendation. What I mean to do is describe the spirit of the law, first of all, as I understand it, and to clarify some points of confusion as far as consent in general and some crazy, wacky things that I hear going around. So starting with the law, there is a misconception, I mention this frequently in my videos, that anything that is possibly against the law is against the law, and this is just patently false. And for evidence, speaking of evidence, I call cases in which you are on private property that does not belong to you. You are not necessarily trespassing if you have the consent of the property owner or their agent. So this is a perfect example, actually, of every criminal law where it boils down to consent and damages. The protection that a person gets from the law is in the event of damages, and the spirit of the law itself is to provide guidance in the event of ambiguity or the need for clarification as to what has been done in the past, to save work on the part of the court systems. And it's really just designed to streamline things. It's not designed to fit things, symbolically, that is. It's not designed to prohibit or ban anything that the symbolic law fits or happens to fit, such as being on private property, which may or may not be trespassing. Like I said, it hinges on consent, like all of them. So the subject here is statutory rape. The law is not meant to prosecute consensual, harmless lovers of any age. It should be obviously nonsensical that people under the age of 18 should not and cannot have sex, because all throughout human history and currently they do. Okay, if you're not aware of that, you should probably do some research before you watch this video. People begin their sex lives at puberty, typically, whether you realize it or not. And to say that they can't or shouldn't is just, it's wrong. You're committing a crime against humanity at that point. If you're telling people they can't have sex until they're married and over 18, there's something wrong with you. But I digress. So consensual love, just like consensual presence on someone's private property, is not illegal. It's not. It's when there's an objection and there's a problem that the special case of statutory rape may be invoked to protect the vulnerable if it turns out that consent was violated or not present. That's the spirit of the law. There's a great deal of confusion about this, but I don't want to dwell on the legal aspect for too long. It's going to be a short video. I want to talk about consent itself and what is also commonly misunderstood as an opportunity. If you ask me, the issue is actually bigger. The issue of potential damage or danger to young people is a bigger issue that includes all people, if we're being honest. Selfish lovers are toxic no matter who they're with. And selfish means rushing something like, sex before a person is ready or able, or even in the moment. Buy me dinner first. You heard that one? Same idea. Let me finish my childhood first. Maybe provide a great deal of actual care and resistance to the idea before you jump right in and serve yourself. Maybe don't serve yourself in romance. I mean, here's just an idea. Maybe think about the other person. Think about sex is best if it's somebody you actually love. And loving somebody means something specific. It means that you want them to be happy, not just today, but moving forward indefinitely. You want them to be healthy. You want them to be successful in life. You don't want to just take a piece of their heart or their ass. And unfortunately, many laws are created in response and reaction to the bad apples. But we cannot. We just simply cannot, and it is actually constitutionally prohibited to assume that everyone's a bad apple. There is a requirement in the United States legal justice system that a presumption of innocence take precedence in every case. And we're about to get right back to that because apparently we all forgot. It is a witch hunt now. Again, it is. I'm not kidding. There is the specter of doubt which gets raised willy-nilly, not just in sex crimes, but every crime. And it is decided before a person gets to court what's going to happen, and the court is there to make it happen. This is the state of affairs in our court systems. If you haven't been there, God bless you. This is how it is right now. Your fate is decided before you step foot in court. So, to get back to the subject, imagine letting somebody reach maturity because you care about them. Imagine that love and families, if that's what it's about, and it probably should be if we're being honest, because it works, is about letting a person round off their childhood and hopefully grow into it, right? And not just cancel it. She doesn't need help becoming a woman. She doesn't need your help with that. She'll get there. Or there's going to be protection invoked, whether it's, personal or through the court. Either way. So, I'm not going to throw out any numbers because everybody's different. That's contrary to justice. To fail to consider individual circumstances is the opposite of justice. Due process is at the heart of any actual justice. To say that any crime can and should be prosecuted based on symbolism alone is anti-justice. I don't care how much money you're saving. I don't care what the behavior is that you say that symbol fit. It could equally be a good behavior if you're just looking at what fits the symbol. And I'm not going to keep on saying it anymore. I've made 100 videos. I don't really care if people keep watching them or not. I'm going to figure out a way to escalate this, not violently. I'm going to use a pen. I'm going to write my congressman, so to speak, and there will be progress. People will start to understand what the spirit of the law is, and they will stop false prosecuting, false accusing, spreading dark rumors about people, and we're going to get back on track. Whether it remains the United States or if it becomes something different completely, that's what's going to happen. And it's not about me. It's not going to even happen because of me. There's a long line of people dying to see this change, just waiting for it. They've been waiting a long time. And nobody's asking you anymore. Nobody's asking for your help or your acknowledgement or your vote. It's moving forward. We're fixing it. We're going to solve this thing like a math problem. Hang on a second. All right. You have a great day. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.